need to put some fucking tape down so my fucking couch will stop moving. What's up, Try?
So, so this is gonna take fucking forever.
What you up to?
I got homework.
Uh,
I got homework.
Just binge all this.
I'm gonna just binge all this.
Lessons.
Like 50
Damn.
lessons.
At this point, you might as well just shut down the stream and just put on some music. Cause we are hella distracting.
Distracting.
Distracting. Fixing.
I don't even know why I check Facebook anymore. Or at least for like the next couple of months, cause I just wanna fucking vomit magma all over myself.
Why? Like it's just
Why? Like it's just
Like all this goddamn like all the political turmoil and all that shit.
no, I just avoid that shit. I don't
oh,
wanna
I
know
just
what to
avoid
do.
that shit. I wanna know what to do. I just
Say,
avoid it
so angry
as much
and
as I
so
can.
sad, and we should go out and riot, and we should go out and protest, and we can't really.
It's getting out of hand.
When
It's getting
protests
out
are
of hand.
so fucking obsolete, it's insane. Like what people don't like remember is that protests were done before the days of the internet. Protests were done to put a large group of people in a place so that the news coverage would be like, why this large group of people in this place? And so the cameras would go there and be like, why are you people here? Well, so and so, blah, 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 what's your face? All right, so that's the topic we need to be talking about. So and so, blah, 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 yada, yada. But it seems like our way of trying to fix things have not evolved. We still got people walking around in the streets. We still got people burning shit and breaking shit. Like when we have the internet, everyone knows that no one likes that the fact that this man is president right now.
Oh shit. My shit fuck up.
This is already frustrating.
This is already frustrating. It's the first type. God damn it. Like,
How many essays you got to do?
Oh, it's like this is math. I got
oh,
like
this is
Oh,
math, but I got
it's
like
the Alex thing. They
it's
got
the Alex thing.
seven out of
I
56
got
topics.
7 out of 56
math?
topics to do.
Yeah, algebra.
Yeah,
I don't know about
algebra.
you, but if you were me, I'd say you already done fucked up.
Nah, I can do it. Shit.
I can do it.
I am
Shit.
not a math person.
Look at my notes.
I could never be a
Yeah.
goddamn scientist, nor could I be an architect.
Oh my god, I do this shit though. This is my
Oh my
grade.
god, I do this shit. Though. This is my
Mm.
grade.
I bet.
I bet.
Once I figure out how to do it, I just burn
Once
through
I
it.
figure out how to do it, I just burn through it.
Oh, I guess if you have to figure out any formulas or shit like that, you could just always hit up YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am not great at fucking advanced math at all.
What the fuck, man?
What the
People
fuck,
tripping. It's
man? People tripping.
Thursday.
It's
Come on, man.
Thursday. Come on, man.
Will should be showing up soon. I already told him that I'm streaming. And anyone else will get the ping on their WhatsApp devices and be like, hey, I'll join.
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah, I just got it.
Yeah.
Notification. I was like, oh shit.
Will seems like the only person I actually have to tell that I'm streaming.
I don't think he has notifications turned on.
I don't think he has his notifications turned
Probably.
on.
I don't blame him. Stream wise and everything else wise, I always shut my notifications off because mm, I don't like that shit. And I find it easier to shut all the notifications off than to go specifically and just touch specific notifications.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this shit? Okay.
Oh, is this shit? Okay.
I got this shit.
Alright. I got this shit.
I think.
I think.
There we go. I need that. I can't level up the strength, but having one more, that's gonna do it. Can I power up guilt strength though? Yes, I can. All right. I think the next stage is gonna be something I can just do. I fucked up last time and I didn't save, so I spent most of like the past like hour fucking getting back to where I needed to be.
Damn. You from the
Yeah.
game from yesterday?
Yeah,
Wait, from the game from yesterday?
Dang.
cause I don't want to
Dang.
fucking stream me playing the same shit over again. So,
Hey, everybody.
what's up, Will?
Hey everybody,
What's up?
So,
Pure sadness in my
pure
eyes.
sadness in my
Alright,
eyes.
first off, I got a
Alright,
quick
uh,
first
question.
off,
Mm-hmm.
I got a quick question.
Does anybody know what
Does anybody
Maryland
know
voted?
what
I
Maryland
don't
voted
I don't care
in this?
honestly.
I asked because I got a red
I
Maryland
asked because
scarf
I got a
from
red
one of the
Maryland
homies when I
scarf
was out in
from
DC,
one of the homies
Mm.
when I
and I
was
don't
out
want to
in
prep it in
DC,
red
and I don't want to
when they
prep it
voted
in red
blue,
when they voted
because you know how
blue,
that go.
because you know how that go.
Where is Maryland
There's
Gang
exactly?
warfare.
it's right above Virginia,
It's right above Virginia.
at the cusp of Maryland is
Uh, at the
DC.
cusp
It's
of Maryland is
to the
DC.
left of
It's
Delaware
to the left of Delaware
I
and
below
think they were red.
Pennsylvania.
below Pennsylvania.
All right, I guess I'm a blood
All
for
right, I
today.
guess I'm a blood for
Most
today.
of everything near the center
Woo!
was red.
All right, so Blood
All
Nation.
right, so this is
Blood
Blood
Troops.
Nation. Blood
But yeah,
So what?
Troops.
What are you
So
playing today?
I'm still
what are you
playing
playing
Chaos
today?
Legion. Did I change the name of
Oh,
the thing that I was playing yesterday?
oh. Um,
I
Um,
probably did. Now
on
I gotta go to Twitch and check.
on
on Twitch. I
on
don't know. On
Twitch,
YouTube it still
I don't
says
know.
Chaos
On
Legion.
YouTube, it
Alright,
still
good,
says
because on
Chaos
Twitch I
Legion.
changed it to Rogue Legacy, so now I gotta change it on Twitch.
Okay, I was actually
I
hyped for a
probably
second.
did.
I was
Now I
like,
Okay, I
gotta
oh,
was
go to
actually
nice.
Twitch
hyped
and
for a
Rogue
second. I was like,
Legacy.
"Oh,
That
you
shit
back at
is lit.
Rogue Legacy? That
Played
shit
the
is
whole
lit."
day with.
I'm
I
playing
think
that
I
all day.
restarted maybe around
Alright,
I've
seven
because
restarted
times.
on
maybe
Twitch I
around
changed it to
seven
Rogue Legacy,
times
so.
And
You don't
because
restart, you just keep going.
no, I
No, I deleted the fucking file because, yep. Oh man, there's a pain in the ass. I didn't realize that things get more expensive
Oh,
as you
duh.
buy more things. Um, listen, I was being ignorant to my own dilemmas. So the second playthrough, I couldn't get anywhere. Like I couldn't buy anything in the manor. I couldn't buy any swords or anything. I was just broke for like
Well,
10
then stop.
generations.
You get good. Like, fucking pick a barbarian or a paladin and just beast for a while. Like,
I couldn't get Nah, fuck that. You pick a shinobi and you go ham on them bosses, man. Them bosses is bitch made.
Bitch made.
Alas.
all right. Switch back to Chaos Legion on
How's
Twitch.
everything
So
going, guys?
everything is right with the world.
I'm
Well,
good.
Alright.
for me. Well, for this small, minuscule segment of the world.
It's like, what do you call it? Trafficker laws room. Only
I'm
things
just
in the room
wondering
are
when
safe.
people are gonna realize that fucking walking around in the streets and processing is nothing but a goddamn distraction and a waste of time right now and is obsolete.
Well, it does get people to meet each other, and those who are serious about actually taking the initial step to changing the community are more likely to be in the protest. At least in that standpoint, for those particular circumstances. Otherwise, go to a town hall meeting, or you go meet up with people who actually do things in the community in a pro bono fashion. And they just take care of shit. But whatever happened to the days where we had nice things like gangs and mobsters?
Like what? And who
No,
now?
because like legit gangs and mobsters, they used to be for the
No,
community,
you mean
by the
the original
community.
groups that are now gangs and mobsters.
Yes, the original groups of gangs and mobsters that are now gangs and mobsters. They're on a different spectrum of
Well, they weren't
morality,
gangs
but
and mobsters at the
their
time.
function is generally the same.
They were community
What
groups.
were they? Dungeons and Dragons? Listen, what is it like? Three is a crowd?
Now you're just saying words.
Yo, that's gangs and mobsters. Is that not just
No, those
words?
are firmly established words that mean things now. Because now you're just like, yeah, whatever. Tomato, tomato. Like,
Oh, so I did learn something really interesting.
Oh shit.
Playing Rogue Legacy. If you use that shinobi power, shadow replacement jutsu, and you die when you do it,
I was about to say, what, you
don't,
crashed the game?
because the game, I did crash the game terribly. And then on top of which, every time I restarted or respawned, my character wasn't allowed to jump. And so literally, if I like walked over something, I'm walking over air. But even when I like deleted the file and restarted the game, the niggas was still just not jumping. I was super
So,
sad.
aside from you being salty, there was a reason that you actually restarted the games.
Yes, yes, there
Alright,
was.
so you probably should have said all that stuff
Uh,
beforehand.
well, no, that's like you got to build up to these type of things. My stories are always build ups. They don't go anywhere, but they're build
Oh, this
ups.
one went somewhere, and we could have, if we didn't end up going in that direction, or you completely forgot that that happened, then this would have just been, oh, I deleted my data for no reason.
Oh, this is true. But in the process, we learned that Maryland still sells scarves that are dedicated to their state. I know
I
New
think they're
York used
just,
to, and
I
then they
think
cut
they're
it to
just selling red scarves
Florida
because they happen to have
exclusives.
red scarves.
No, it's red with the emblem of Maryland, which is the uh, fucking crucifix on it,
I,
and checkered flag, and it says
n-
terrapins. I think that's probably like one of their sports related. Yep, yep, it's a terrapin, bruh. A terrapin is a goddamn turtle shark. Looks like a street shark. but it's a turtle. Estimated 1856. I believe that's how old Maryland is as a terrible state. I'm just kidding. I love Maryland. I spent some years there.
I
Really
spent
great years. Of course, the areas
yeah, I
are
spent most of my day kind of just trying to get the din set bought. That's gonna happen tomorrow, I guess.
what's the
That's a
din set?
replacement thing for stuff I don't want to say, but you know what I mean.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. Um,
you
I
know
think
we have
have we talked about this before?
a lot. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
uh,
All right.
Elijah.
I
Uh,
just want to say Overlord has the best party favorites
who?
of all time.
I don't know who that
Overlord.
is. I guess you're gonna have to tell me later. Oh,
It's an anime. It's a really great
oh.
anime.
Well, I, I that is not real life. So let me know when you find a real overlord, and
Oh yeah,
we can talk.
yeah, Janelle.
Well, yeah, but Elijah hit me
Janelle.
back. So and he has a new person for the dental. So
At Coyote Plus, I
that
understand.
magic man.
Fuck Magic Man.
He is,
He's a
yeah.
terrible person.
But continuing on, I just been
Oh,
sitting here. I've been trying to get that hook back up, and like I said, it's probably gonna get fucking established tomorrow. Hopefully, it's not bunk, and and the rest of it was me playing this and stewing about socio-political bullshit, and also this game.
Oh, Chaos Legion in itself is
Kinda,
socio-political
yeah,
bullshit.
but I'm I'm just super tired of people like. It's like, well, he's in office now. You can't just sit here and hope that he does bad because he's fucking running the country. And we
I mean, reality is he's not in office yet. He'll be in
he
office
will,
fuck.
in
yeah, he will be,
January
but
19th.
barring anything that happens to him before he gets in office, which is very, very like not likely to happen.
It's unlikely, but there's a possibility in which the Electoral College won't vote for him. He'll be considered, or whoever they do vote for will be considered a
Well, they already
faithless
voted for him. He is
president.
the
No, they vote on the 19th. He's the presidential elect.
when has it ever happened where the presidential elect wasn't the president?
Um, George Bush,
Which George Bush?
2004, Junior.
Hmm?
It's
Oh, you
it's
mean the guy
happened
who did 8 years?
like 10%. Yeah, like the second time he wasn't actually supposed to be president. Or yeah, I
Okay.
think it was that time.
Let me say it again. When was it that the fucking presidential elect wasn't the president?
Mm, yeah, that was George Bush.
Was he not the presidential elect? Because I don't remember Al Gore being the presidential elect. It was
I
it
remember everyone
it was
taking 1
sadness the
second.
entire time until he got voted in again, and it was like robbery, robbery, robbery. Oh, he's back in again.
Sadness.
True story. There was never been a Saturday. Like I think we'll do okay with Trump,
Well, at least
just
Bush
because of
knew
Bush.
policy. At
Bush
least Bush
ruined
knew
everything.
policies and shit. We got this like,
Bush didn't know policies.
well,
Cheney did. Cheney knew policies.
And
Cheney.
now we got Dick Cheney Mark III,
subs.
Mark II.
You know what? I would rather have
So
Cheney
You mean
again rather than fucking no, not really
Rudy Giuliani?
Giuliani. Pence.
Mike Pence.
Fucking creep ass, narc ass, fucking
given
I've
AIDS.
heard that
Creep
word.
ass, narc ass, super fucking Christian ass. Oh, electric shock treatment definitely turns you not gay ass.
Yo, they like legit stopped giving treatment to
We
AIDS
need to
patients.
not
They
assassinate
look like they look
assassinate
like
fucking Trump because this man is gonna be president,
Holy
and I don't
shit.
want that.
no, because if you get rid of Pence and you get rid of Trump, we got to
I'd
deal
rather
with Giuliani.
Giuliani than both of them.
Come on, man. Nobody wants Giuliani as president. Do you remember him being
Um,
fucking mayor?
we haven't had Trump as president yet, and Pence. Did I just tell you what Pence believes in just now, like a second ago?
I would actually rather Pence than Julia. I seen Giuliani in action, man. That's some terrifying shit.
Have you ever seen
Nothing good
a
comes from that
super
guy.
staunch right wing pastor in office? I don't want that.
Uh, Give me a second. I got an important thing to do. Looking up faithless presidents,
No, you'd have to go way too far
faith,
back. Like
faithless elector.
you'd have to go back to Leave It to Beaver days, back when
Um,
electroshock treatment for homosexuals was okay,
Fuck.
Isn't that like next year?
and
It's
back
like in
when you
two
probably
months,
shouldn't
man.
trust the
It's gonna be
darkies.
okay. Uh, okay, that's like the
No,
'90s.
I'm
So
talking about way like. Do I have to? Yeah, do I have to say
way back when president.
electroshock therapy for homosexuals again? Because you're not really getting this. The fact that he thinks that you can just send people to a pray the gay away camp.
Pray the gay. What the fuck?
The fact that like
Oh, this shit has happened
you
so many
better
different fucking
you
times.
like I don't even buy weed and I want to hide what weed I don't have.
That's a normal thing. That is a really normal
No,
thing.
it's not normal because even like New York police don't want to
Oh
bother
shit.
fucking arresting people for weed anymore because it's such a minuscule bullshit thing.
That is not true, sir. I have seen many a men go to prison and jail recently for the
How much did they
garbage.
have? And
Just enough to pass a law.
how fast did they get out?
It's usually like three
Exactly.
transportations, but there was the Rockefeller law for a long time. You know, that three strike rule
Well, the three strike rule is for
felony.
anything, basically. It's like if you went out and did bad 3 times.
You jaywalk 3 times, my nigga. You
Well,
going to jail
if
for
you
life.
somehow got caught in New York jaywalking 3 times, and you had that same asshole cop who was like, "Yeah, you, what do you do? Stop it! I told you, you the
Yeah,
same guy.
you ain't never gonna
You
change.
filthy.
Get a job. I'm going to work. I just crossed the
Ain't
street to get
no,
a coffee.
ain't no
You going
cars
to
even
jail now?
around. Nope, you did it. Green light.
Mm-mm. But you stopped me in the middle of the street. We are still standing here.
That is not an excuse. Okay, let's get to the sidewalk. Cars are coming out.
Mm. On 22
Force of 14
occasions,
and
179 electors did not cast their vote for the president or vice president as prescribed by the legislator of the
Oh
state
yeah,
they represent.
and
Of those, 71 electors changed their vote because the candidates whom they were pledging died before they were changed by the electoral personal interest, or perhaps by accident. Usually, the faithless electors act alone. An exception was the 1836 election, which all 23 Virginia electors acted together. The 1836 elections was the only occasion when a faithless elector altered the outcome of an electoral college vote. The Democrat ticket won the states with 170 of the 294 electoral votes. but the 23 Virginia electors abstained in the vote for vice president. So the Democratic candidate, Richard Mentor Johnson, got only 147, exactly
When
half,
was
and
that?
was not elected. However, Johnson was instead elected vice president by the U.S. Senate. Wait, the U.S. Senate can elect the vice president?
When was that?
That's crazy. Oh,
Oh,
that was 1836.
I
But there's a
think I had to
possibility.
amend that and say when in the last 100 years has this shit ever happened? Because like you talking about some old proto bullshit where people were still allowed to smoke indoors and like
uh,
smacking your wife was
pause,
okay.
pause, pause. Smoking indoors was only not okay up to like 10 years ago this year.
And smacking your like, let me
And
you didn't
secondly,
finish. You didn't let me. And smacking your wife was okay, and and w-
apparently Trump is still grabbing
and
chicks by the
well, I
pussies.
said smacking
So,
your wife was okay.
grabbing and smacking are one and the same. Assault
It's
is assault,
not
bruh.
because like
No.
I'm not sitting here trying to speak for sexual assault, but if you're a woman who doesn't want to be touched and a rich man touches you and you're just going like that's okay, I guess, then like you need to stand up for yourself more.
Well, apparently, a lot of women just have really low confidence and will leave their husband just off the basis of a check. But white women are
Also,
interested
what was I gonna say? And
in that
like
one
back
very
when
private way.
like let's stick to the times where me and Bob were allowed to go to the same school. Let's stick to that timeline.
You know, I could contest this by saying there weren't a lot of schools in
Exactly. That's
1836,
what I'm saying. Let's
but
pick
I
up
don't
the
know how about
let's
this.
pick up the timeline.
Okay, but the important factor is if we were going back to a proto era, we wouldn't be talking about the US Senate or Congress, we'd be talking about the House of Burdens.
You're going way back to when we were just colonies right now.
Let me take you way, way back. Back to a time.
Where we're
Um,
going back to the
but
past
yeah,
100, maybe 75 years.
uh,
Oh, so
What's good, guys?
what's up, Wacky?
hey,
I'm still
Did you guys
streaming
stream?
Chaos Legion, and I'm stewing about everybody
Nope.
freaking out about the election and fucking.
And can I also just point out, did you seriously upload a
I didn't upload
long
shit.
video? 5.5 hour
Hey
long
man,
video?
I didn't upload. What was it on YouTube?
Who the fuck did that?
On
Was it
YouTube?
DJ?
Yeah, that
Yeah. No, on Daily
yeah that was
Motion. Yes,
DJ.
on YouTube. Okay, seriously, you need to fucking cut that shit down an hour and a half segment. Ain't nobody
I
got
didn't
time
do
for
that,
5 hours.
I do. I actually totally have
The
time for
fuck?
5 hours.
Oh, I hover over the thumbnail. It says 5 hours 31 minutes.
I think
I'm
he
like, what the
kept
hell?
everything. I would have skimmed through it and picked the more interesting bits. I don't know
Yeah,
what
that's what I would have
DJ's
done.
plan was.
I would have like cut out all the dead air unless there was a lot of
There
action
probably
involved at
was,
the
but
time.
you know, there is some cutoutable stuff. I guarantee you. So, like I said, I didn't
Yeah,
do it,
Like
really.
that time that Leon had to go to the
or
bathroom.
Okay, well, at least now I know.
at least like all the times I lost. Like
And if I may just say, my new RAM is off the fucking hook. My RAM is at 9%. I've
what'd you
never
get?
seen it that low before.
I don't know what that means.
I got 24 gigs of
Hmm.
RAM in my rig now.
I think I have the same thing.
Christ.
Like, yeah, I have 24 gigs DDR3, 1866 megs, and
Does this mean to say
it is
DDR3?
yeah. Still, I'm using a motherboard that's almost 6 years old
Oh,
now. I'm
that's why
still
you
on
said mine's
DDR3.
is stronger than yours.
No, yours is way stronger than mine, dude. Mine is like a 2011 motherboard,
Hmm.
early 2011.
I hear
Like
DDR3.
5.5 years old.
I
Right
don't
now.
know why you didn't like just yeah
Upgrade.
just
because I
I
can't
mean,
afford
hold
a whole
off.
new rig yet. The only thing
Well-
I have in preparation, right now is a new case for my new rig. But I'm waiting for Cabby Lake to come out in January, February before going for that.
I guess
with my
hold
next-
off on your
with my new
money
rig.
until you can get a new motherboard at the very least.
Well, yeah, I'm going Cabby Lake on my new rig, which it's basically Skylake on steroids.
But yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna go out and fucking protest and fucking burn shit, but that's not gonna do anything. And dumbass petitions isn't gonna do anything.
Petitions ain't gonna do nothing, okay? That ain't gonna do
Nothing
Nothing
at all.
at fucking all.
Yes, because that's why the Electoral College is there, to make sure idiots don't vote. Because it also proved that this year when Harambe got more votes than Jill Stein.
Did you?
I thought Jill
Did
got like
I was about to
1,000,000
say, did
votes
they
or
post
something.
like the top like 3 like not actual people votes?
Harambe got 11,000.
No, yeah, no, Harambe was one of them.
I know.
Harambe
Yes.
was one of them, and you got
I-
4chan to thank for that.
Apparently,
Oh.
Matt Hardy got 1,000.
The fuck?
I would have
Hardy
And that's why the
I would have
Electoral
totally
College
voted for
exists.
Broken Matt.
Well, okay, give or take, that is partially why the electoral college exists. It's also had to be taken into consideration that people acknowledge that the electoral college exists, and therefore they are more likely to play a sarcastic or an experienced joke for the sake
Yeah.
of their own security, their own mental security.
I mean, I'm not saying that the Electoral College is perfect. Far from it. It's got a lot of problems that need to be fixed.
Oh
but-
man, it's the greatest thing in the world. How could
Yeah.
you say that?
No, the Electoral College is an outdated and archaic system that needs to be revamped for modern times, and it's got a lot of problems, but it's there for a reason because of shit like that.
No, actually, it's there for reasons like this cross-check program that was utilized that canceled out 1.1 million
Of whose?
for this particular. Anyone who had pretty much the same name.
Well, that's
They weren't
technically
allowed to
how
vote.
Bush got into office, because in Florida they realized that illegals were voting, and they had to remove those from Florida at the time.
How can an illegal vote without
Exactly.
identification?
Well, that was before that was set in stone. After that was when it was set in stone.
That's bullshit.
It wasn't.
That was always set in stone.
Not always, no.
Since the days of North and South Carolina, when they were like, "Hey, can you read? You need to be able to read this." Okay, black slave folk who can't read, who have identification.
Well, they didn't have
you can't
identification
vote.
because how the fuck would a slave have ID?
Actually, they did have ID in order to establish the fact that they were a free slave. They had to have that ID.
Well, they got the fucking ID after they were a free slave, not before.
Yes, but slaves weren't allowed to vote unless they were with their masters because they weren't allowed to leave the plantation without a note of.
Well, yeah, but like, what were the slaves voting for? Exactly.
Whatever the masters wanted, they counted as 3/5 of the vote. So your household would have a certain amount of slaves, and then, whatever family members you had, everybody would pretty much vote for the same person because that's how local communities work.
So what's the conversation we're having here? What's the argument?
The argument was revolving around illegal immigrants and identification and how they can't obtain any without being deported by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
So that like statement about illegal immigrants.
Well, the conversation was you can't,
that's helpful.
like, they didn't have a thing in place where you could vote and also have your ID. So people would just walk in and just vote, but then they'd be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, and then they have to scramble and dump a bunch of names.
That's really strange because you still had to register to vote in the first place. You guys aren't telling me that you didn't have to register to vote in order to vote before.
You got your registry revoked. So what does that say?
Cross-check, which is the that they utilize because they were afraid of hacking this year. So they take
And your
away
name
all
is
the.
synonymous with a famous hacker? What do you? What do?
No, no, no. I have a very, very common name. Like it's unbelievably common. William Askew is a seriously
Askew?
common name. I think everyone doesn't
William.
realize that. Yeah. There's a lot of fucking Askews in this country. I had no idea. I looked that shit up and I was utterly surprised. But here's a really great example. There was a guy by the name of James Brown. There are a lot of
Oh,
people by the name of James Brown. A lot of people in Georgia by the name of James Brown. Most of them happen to be black. But they were all taken off the list because their names were recognized as being synonymous with each other, even though they had different registration numbers and different identifications to go along with them. But the fear is voter fraud, and that particular fear leads to ostracize, not localize, communitize.
Just put that shit
Take that shit, put it in your pipe, smoke it. But yeah, there's a lot of fuck shit that happened this election. But who really
well,
cares? Because what do presidents really do besides send us out to war anyway?
I feel like anybody who's like super angry that this happened should shut the fuck up, and like they should have been around. They should have been around during the primaries.
Okay, I am kind of upset that a lot of people that I know are facing some very serious racist, assault-based things that are happening.
That
These
too,
last
but
couple of days.
that is
But
also
other than
something
that,
that the fucking media is trying to distract us with. We need to be paying attention to the government right now.
no, I didn't hear
I
anything
have
about it in the
like,
media.
and
These are all like personal
the new
accounts.
media, right? Well, the new media is basically Facebook. People fucking pump shit into these bullshit ass these news sites. Uh, I'm looking at you, fucking Infowars and AJ Plus, and they'll pump out these goddamn articles and be like, everyone's being punched in the face and attacked. Look at all this crazy shit that's going
When
on.
in
When it's like
reality,
it's a small minority,
yeah.
and like I said, don't get fucking distracted with this bullshit. Pay attention to the government, because if you think that it's the
Well,
government that caused this, then why would you pay attention to his followers when you need to be paying attention to the government?
I'm not gonna say pay attention to the government, but do pay attention to the
Well,
issues. Those issues being whatever. Yo, if you see somebody dying on your doorstep, if that is an issue, take care of that. Don't be stuck to the TV. Oh, I might miss out on this, or
when I say government and
this
issues,
happens
I
over
don't
here.
mean fucking the news. I don't mean Fox News, none of that shit. No, because they have an agenda all their own. They're just trying to scare you and getting you to. They're just pushing you to their side. When I say government, I mean watch the driest, fucking most like newsiest news that you can find.
C-SPAN,
Fucking C-SPAN and NPR.
C-SPAN. Oh, fuck NPR. Well, not fuck NPR because they have the little room like recording
News,
things that
fucking
they do. That's
C-SPAN,
pretty cool.
NPR, fucking the driest goddamn government websites you can find on the internet that tells you stats and fucking numbers, like straight up, not like nothing that looks like it's like sensational and exciting. Nah, you need to know the news. You need to know the truth. Don't be like Trump supporters are beating up. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, be afraid.
That's just the media. That's the media trying to smear
That's
Trump,
what I'm
even
saying.
despite the fact that they really
That's what I'm saying.
fucked up.
I'm not even pro Trump. I'm just saying like don't let the media distract you from what's going on.
Yeah,
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
Drink
Don't
the
fucking
Kool-Aid.
drink the Kool-Aid. Just be like, I got the real numbers. I almost fell asleep reading this shit
Oh, that's a
because
fact.
it's so boring,
That
but
is
it's
an absolute
so
fact.
important.
yep.
I've even even learn what certain issues are that I've never paid attention to before, like medical marijuana. I've really never cared for it. But apparently, it's okay to have in certain
Like,
states now. That passed.
including California, which is even now
hmm
recreational
well,
marijuana
is
is
it
legal.
decriminalized or is it
Medicinal.
legal? Because there's a difference.
Well, from what I see, it's
Because
legal so far.
Well, the issue has always been that
yeah,
it's a
it was
federal like
decriminalized, but it wasn't
legality,
legal.
and
Because like in the state
like
you could smoke it, but fucking the feds will still run in on a dispensary, kick down the door for whatever reason, and then
take all your shit, take you to federal court, and then be like, well,
Because
even if it gets tossed
recreational
out.
marijuana in California is legal now. They
yeah.
can't
So
shoot
if
you
it's
if
just
you have
legitimately legal and not decriminalized, I guess that's a victory for Cali.
Yep.
Victory. What is really a victory these days? Because it seems like we can never win anything.
Pay attention and get what you actually really need, and fucking make sure you know the devil in the details.
The devil in the details is big governments don't really necessarily help small places, and local governments don't really help big places.
It's not up to them to help you. It's up to you to fucking follow the policies and vote on them.
Well, no,
No,
even as like the
there's
policies
no
might
not
not
even then.
necessarily.
You read the policy, you fucking even read the fine details, and when they try to put some shit past you, yay or nay it.
I'm not going to Albany to fight for
That's
some
what I
shit in New
mean.
York
Like
City.
you
That's
have
just
to,
not happening.
you have to fight for what's going on in your state.
That's a deep ass drive. Fucking Trail of
Fight for
Tears
what's
and
going
shit.
on in your state, and
Go out there.
if they try to pass some fucking nationwide shit, you tap your friend who lives in another state, be like, hey, they trying to pass some bullshit. They trying to fucking
Oh, like fracking. Oh, fucking fracking.
they need to stop trying to fuck with that oil, that goddamn fucking Indian burial, that
It's
Indian
not even
burial
oil.
ground oil.
It's not even oil, man. It's like some next
Well, they need to
level
stop
natural
fucking with that
gas,
too.
like
You're gonna get
methane.
fucking haunted natural resource. Like
Yeah, really.
I'm not trying to.
All of
I'm
your
not trying
oil
to have my
belongs to
fucking my
us.
stove moaning at me and speaking in a language I can't understand. Like
You're speaking in fucking Algonquin on me.
That's valid.
doing fucking counter breakers on me.
Mm. Speaking of counter breakers, dwarfism
Okay,
in
I'm gonna love how you
Rogue Legacy.
fucking segue this shit.
Dwarfism in Rogue Legacy might be the most useful thing
Oh yeah,
against any
smaller
boss
hitbox.
because of the amount of yeah, the ass whippings that these dudes produce is insane. Gigantism has no purpose whatsoever.
Well, you
It's
have a
supposed
bigger
to
attack box, but
understay with
then you
light.
have a gigantic hitbox.
Give me stronger
You
strength.
also
Not
technically
really. No, you have the same amount of
No,
health.
that's a that's a separate trait in itself. But I've completely mastered the pattern for the first boss, and I've
Well, it doesn't have a
not
particular
lost.
pattern,
Well,
but
not
it is still not really.
he does. He
I've fought him
does.
many a time, and he switches it up. But he only has.
oh, dirt
It's not a pattern. It's
free.
just that it only has a few attacks.
Okay, move
Yeah,
set.
that's what you
I've
meant.
learned the move set.
For the next day and a half, Dirt 3
What?
Complete Edition is free on Humble Store.
Dark what?
Dirt 3, the
I
racing
have,
game Dirt
I have no
3.
idea what that is.
Oh, yeah, nah.
fucking
Game
it's a
I never played.
fantastic off-road racing game.
You're telling lies.
He just wanted to shit on you for no reason.
It's no vigilance.
Yeah,
It's no
apparently.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same shit to me yesterday. Same
I'm
shit.
Like I said,
Never
I,
mind.
you know what? I'm gonna stop warning you people because I'm just gonna hold this piece of knowledge to myself, and I'm gonna laugh whenever Will gets on you.
That's valid. I should come with a fucking warning label. I really should.
I still feel like it took
Like,
me too long to
I
figure
could.
it out. But then one day we were having a conversation. I was like, "Wait a minute, you son of a bitch! All right, I'm not even gonna be mad anymore." I
I
feel
can't
like if you
believe how
go
many
back
people
to like at
actually.
least 2 streams, I don't know where those streams are, what streams they are. I'm pretty sure one of them was the Revengeance, but go back at least 2 streams, and I'm like, okay, let me give you the lowdown on Will.
That is fact. It was 2 streams ago,
Well, one of them was last
so I can't
stream, and then nobody
recall
listened to me.
exactly what you said.
Well, not. You know what? Probably. You know what? You were right. It was 2 streams ago. I don't think I actually said it last stream because last stream was the whole fighting game. We were with Six Light and everything.
I can't exactly remember what you said about that warning, but I know that there was a warning. Beware. Will says strange things. They trigger. That, I think that just about summarizes it.
Will, the one-man trigger warning.
Woo! Bars. So I take a test tomorrow for basic math, Common Core status, so I can teach kids again in the state of Florida.
I'm good at like basic
They're gonna be
math, but I don't know how good I am at long division anymore.
No, they changed it up completely. This is like Common Core shit. So like every way of execution is completely different. So you'll look at it and it's gonna look like some
Oh,
variables.
that's okay. Yeah, I'm not even good at basic math anymore. All right, I'm
Fuck.
glad I'm out of school.
Um, I'm thinking about going back for robot engineering and to troll the science
What
community
kind
in
of
its entirety.
robot? Like programming and engineering?
I want to make like design. I enjoy designing shit.
Oh, good
Don't build
luck with
cool
that,
robots.
cause like robot design is also akin to like fucking architecture, and that also requires math. Everything has to be
Yeah,
balanced. Like they don't
I
need just
don't
a concept sheet.
listen. I'm gonna make a robotic toe. Start there. Where the rest is gonna work itself out.
Is it supposed to be like a pseudo
Oh,
human toe or?
by the way, I'm thinking of maybe like a Shantru. Like I wanna like venture off into fantasy world robots. So we could have like those Mega Man robots that try to kill us all.
Fucking Reploids?
Um, Dr. Wily in the building, holding me down. Imagine me, Dr. HQ.
Oh, that sounds like a villain name now. It's not. It's not
Yes,
Doctor Askew.
yes
It's
it does.
Doctor
But I'm not.
Askew. With something's kind of off and wrong.
Yes, absolutely. So to coincide with that, I got 2 objectives in the next, I want to say 12 years. I wanted to make this like a 7-year goal, but about 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to become a knight, and it's taken me a lot longer to accomplish certain things. So
Well,
I came up with
you gotta get
some
popping
stuff
in Britterland. Yeah.
in the UK, which is happening currently. So I'm slowly building up the reputation just to make that
I've
leap
always
across the
want.
pond, and I'm gonna
I've
shut
always
that
wanted to go to Britain.
out.
So whenever you could like get that shit happening, I'll pay for my own ticket and everything. But like, if you can square away
Oh,
some
absolutely.
accommodations, that'd be great.
I got you. But here's the thing. I did learn that Canada also grants night limits. And the concept is generally the same. You just have to make a social change that is extremely impactful on a particular generation in the country.
I don't know
It's the
how
equivalent of
legit I find that being a Canadian knight. That seems like a
yo,
shortcut that is like
dude, that's what do you think a
no,
shovel
Shovel
knight
Knight
is?
is a knight who was so about it that he chose a shovel and was knighted anyway.
That's
No,
some Canadian shit to do.
that's some super
Canadian
about that
shit.
shit.
Canadians is super about that life. They undercover though. Like there was a dude who was literally about to pop off his music career playing the harmonica. His name was Bad News Bear. And this man put in dumb amounts of work busking in the streets of Montreal. And like he dropped a couple of videos. His shit got 1 million views. He got like 20,000 album sales in the first week. And this is all him being independent. Another person to look up to
Well,
defeat chaos.
that's just
Um,
street performance culture. That they we have that here too, but
Oh wait. My man with the harmonica was apparently in with some bad folks and ended up getting shot by the river. Ain't nobody say nothing about this man being shot by the river in broad daylight with like 23,000 people around.
23,000? I'm not gonna.
It was mid. I'm well 2,300, but it was a Midsummer's Night's
And
Dream.
he was a hobo at the time, so
He was not a hobo
a
at the
street
time. He was
performer is as
busking.
good as a hobo. I'm not I'm
That
not
is
saying
actually
that
not
like
true.
socially I'm not like speaking on like whether they have a house or a family or not. I'm just saying if you see a street performer on the
Hmm.
street, then to most people they're as good as a hobo.
Okay, all right. From the perspective, optics wise, yeah. But one could say the same thing about just about anybody. A street
Not
vendor
really
doesn't
a
really have a
street
job or a
vendor.
business.
Even if you don't know like
It's,
the fucking cabal of street vendors in New York, then
Cabal. Oh fuck.
it really is a cabal. It's no Jamaica Ave,
well,
but it's just
Jamaica
about.
Ave is just a cluster of stores, and I feel like things open and close. People,
It's fucking bizarre.
yeah, it's a
Yo, it's a
bazaar
bazaar.
of stores that can open and close at any time. It's kind of bedlam over there, but fucking street carts in New York are a cabal. They are like there's like like basically an Illuminati of fucking street cart vendors
Yo, shout outs to the fucking Merchants Guild still being around, even though I've been searching for these motherfuckers for
because
the
it's
longest
like you
time.
have to like get a certificate or like a token or some shit. It's basically like trying to be a taxi driver in New York City, where you have to get certified and but they can only have a certain amount, but that certain amount has been filled up for a long fucking time. So what
Yep,
some food
you pretty much got to
what
get it
some
in with
food
the
card
chain.
people do is they just lend out their certification to other people when they don't feel like working and they take part of their cut.
Or they legitimately start up a chain, start up like an incorporated, and they get a bunch of licensing carts going around, which is why you got like the King of Halal out in Astoria, and then you got one by the Hilton.
Some of them
And
will
there's like,
like name their stuff and then they'll like have like a shift of people. Like some people work in the morning and then in the evening and then at night.
mm,
But all in all, it's still like them loaning out their certificates so that it's not the same cart out at all times and they don't get busted for it.
they're typically family
Mm-hmm.
and friend owned workers. So I met this dude outside of a McDonald's on, I think it was like 26 and 8th, and he was doing the hello cart, and I talked to him. He barely spoke English. He's from Egypt. This dude's a journalist. He's like a famous Egyptian journalist, and he decided to come here and make some money, and nobody would take him. So he was stuck fucking working at halal college. And I was like, bruh, get your money and get the fuck, go back to Egypt. Because really, there's no point in you being here wasting like the immense amount of talent that you have for telling a story, telling the narrative, getting the story down, finding the people in the leads. Like that is the most
Well, he
exciting
could
job that
fucking he
you
could
have.
work for some of these bum ass third party goddamn.
What, as a fucking
No, it's
intern?
like an opinion piece artist. And then he'll have
Yeah, but I
and
mean,
he could do it
generally,
for a year. Like he'll get his weight up, and then he'll have a name under his belt, and then he can climb that ladder. He'd probably still have to. He'd probably still
unfortunately,
have to
there's not
work
a.
at a halal cart for a while, but
He wouldn't be able to do it in New York. His best bet would be DC because that's where Al Jazeera, the biggest Arabic um, fucking newscast in the U.S. at the moment, or the most notable, with the most widespread readers. But they also translate in English and etc. So they have like an entire department dedicated to just translating shit. Um, but either way, the interesting people of New York. If you have a degree, if you have a passion, and you have a profession, pursue that shit. Don't settle for less. Fuck settling. Fuck what everybody says. Oh, you need
it's
to
not
humble
about
yourself.
settling. It's
No,
about
don't
trying
humble
to
yourself.
climb to where you want to get to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say climb to where you want to get to, but make the leap of faith. If you out on your ass for a
Hey,
couple of days
that's what
and
I
then
that's what I meant.
you
Like
break your leg,
like you gotta. Cause some people just fucking scramble in the same goddamn places all the time. Find the real sources and then climb as hard as you can. I'm not saying like just stay where you need to be. Stay where you are. Stay in a comfortable place forever.
yeah. Sorry, that was a trigger for me. A dude told me a couple of years back. He was like, "Yo, you need to humble yourself and find like a regular job." And I was like, "My nigga, I got a regular job. I am an artist. I'm a professional. Like, this is what I do full time. I might not get paid hand over foot all the time, but I get by. And with every
Well,
day that I get by,
that's for people
that closer
who
to
know exactly what they want to do and where they want to do it at.
yeah,
Like if you found like a art job or like a cluster of art jobs that you know that you want to do, then you find like a part-time job to buy fucking art supplies and shit, and then you fucking knock it out of the park there.
or whenever you get bored, I say pick up a correlating job piece that keeps you stable. But that's why I like teaching. Children are inspiring, despite the type of child
And it's
you
not
may
like
be
you
working
didn't do that. You're taking teaching jobs.
with. Yeah, shout outs to teachers. Most of them are pieces of shit, but there's a few exceptions.
You know what? I can't really argue with that because
Yeah, you're not
you're
wrong.
not right, but you're not wrong. I can't say that most of them are
Yo,
pieces of
most
shit, but there's quite a few. I can't settle on most
I'm
So
gonna
a
settle
good
on
majority
most.
of them are pieces of shit.
because because
I'm gonna
you
settle on
haven't been
most.
in school long enough to say most.
All right, I'm gonna say most, and here's why I'm gonna say most. Because I've met teachers in which I've partied with, and they do terrible things. They make terrible life decisions, and then have the nerve to go to their schools the next week and like preach to these kids like they're fucking up. Like you didn't just go out and suck somebody's dick in the bathroom for
But that's kind of a
what the
takes one to
fuck?
know one mentality.
Oh my god.
No,
Wow.
no.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
By the way, I hate the
I
fact
can't
that
say
you
I don't know
disappear
what
and then get bitches and then fucking like. I hate the fact
Huh?
that you disappear and then bag bitches and just fucking leave me out. Like,
That is not what happened. All right. That was technically not what
I
happened.
was trying on Halloween, but I was too focused on work at the time, and I got work
You
done.
were.
But then you were like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna go get head in the bathroom."
I didn't get any head in the bathroom. I listen. That was not my
I'm
story.
gonna potentially get head in the bathroom.
All right. I technically.
Okay,
Listen.
you
We're
can't
not gonna
say.
talk
I gotta
about
pause the
work
game now.
behind my
You can't
back.
say you technically didn't or did get. Either you got head in the bathroom or you didn't. There is no like. There is no technicalities. You either nutted in a girl's mouth or you didn't. Like
My stomach hurts now.
I did not nut in a girl's mouth on Halloween.
either
That
a
is
girl
not what
put your penis in her mouth.
Whoa,
I
what?
corrected myself.
we need to.
Oh, I'm
We
gonna
need to
say
Either
that's
a
not
censor.
girl
right.
We need somebody who does censoring, or
he
have
won't.
DJ just censor this entire portion of. I know he won't. He's such a
Either
terrible
a girl
person.
put your
Um.
penis in her mouth for a period of time, whether you nut it or not.
All right, all right. Hopefully, no one sees this episode of Chaos Legion. I have not. My presidential.
That won't hurt you now. Trump's president. Fuck
Presidential
that.
rate is. Oh my God! Because
You're trying to be
why not?
humble, and he said grab him by the pussy. So,
I
That
have.
was behind closed doors, off
and
camera. He
another
was like,
thing.
he made a fucking
Let's
dirty
step
joke
back.
in private.
Let's
Who
step back. And
doesn't?
another thing. What kind of person talks to a newscaster about shit like that, not expecting cameras and mics to be around? That is a fucking security hazard.
Anthony
What
Weiner.
kind of person are you?
Anthony Weiner.
Okay, let's not talk about Anthony Weiner because he has a problem.
His wiener.
He just can't not fucking take pictures of his dick and give it to people. He needs to go to counseling for that.
Oh shit.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you ain't getting no fucking homework done today as long as you're on this stream.
With a name like that, you think he'd just.
And
not do
then
that.
the joke hit, and they were like, "Ha ha!" And then it hit again, and then it hit a third time. It was like, "Okay, this isn't even funny anymore." You've
It ain't funny anymore. Tell it
you've
different
done this
joke.
3 times, 4, 5. Really? Come on, Anthony. Come on. I feel like people are just refusing to call him Wiener at this point. Like, Anthony, come on. You need to stop.
Yeah. Senator Anthony,
All right,
we need you
I'm
to
cooling it
really
down.
just get your shit together. Is he
No, I'm pretty
still-
sure he's been strucken from like the political game at this point.
Really? How? Because Trump's
Yeah,
president.
but Trump
See how that works?
Trump had the
It
had the
works.
halfway sense to keep it quiet, sort of, kind of, instead of doing it on Snapchat.
Jesus. Ah,
That's a good segue.
that was a good segue. Appreciate that segue.
Oh, it's a slime blue.
Oh, it's a slime bloob.
You know what that is?
I don't even know
But
what
yeah,
that is.
you need to stop. You need to wingman me instead of disappearing and then not taking what and
Tried
then
to,
not taking the
okay?
just desserts.
What happened was
You say what happened?
Sounds like bullshit. Whenever you say what happened was, it's most of the time.
And the
What
thing
happened
is, this man is a
was-
goddamn phantom. I didn't know about it until he said it last stream. I noticed that he disappeared sometimes,
yeah,
but I didn't know that was happening. I thought either I'm gonna go out to smoke, get my dick sucked. Like,
Uh,
uh,